Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Domains. We're here a little early tonight, so I'm interested to see how many people join us. I have a very important meeting with The Bachelor at 8 p.m. in a box of popcorn, so obviously very important. Dad, how are you doing today?
Good. I'm going to retweet this. Hold
Everyone
on a
wants to
second.
retweet the space. The more we
Uh,
have, the more we get to chat, the more we get to learn. Very exciting.
let's see. New time tonight. Or watch the replay.
Yeah, if you did miss us tonight, we used to tune in at 8. I'm very sorry.
Boy,
Hopefully,
you made it through Monday Night Football the whole year.
I know.
Um,
I thought about asking for that as well, but I watch football from my house, and so then it's like I only miss like 20 minutes of the game. Not a big deal. But if I start The Bachelor late, then I can't. I don't even get to Aunt Denise's till 9 p.m. and that's late, and I miss a lot of the actual show. Plus, football's making me mad right now, and so I don't want to think about it.
there you go. Well, let's
Football's
see.
making
What
me
an
mad.
exciting weekend in digital assets, an exciting weekend in the stock market, an
Yeah.
exciting day today in the stock market.
What's going
In,
on?
in one day, the whole world changed.
Yeah.
And for those of you that didn't watch everything that happened today, let me just post it in a couple more groups here. Domainers, we love domainers. Post it in. Let me post it in Domain Investment Consortium.
I thought about posting it in the Domainer group chat on Twitter. For those that I don't know where everyone's tuning
Yeah,
in on social media, but Twitter has been a great resource for me in my domain journey. Met a lot of cool people on there. If you're not involved in that community, I highly recommend it. There's really nice guys on there that are willing to share their knowledge, which is
yeah,
exciting.
and I think I would recommend if you can give Ishmili a follow if you're looking just to kind of hear other domainers talk and realize you're not in it together. He does a show on Saturdays, I think at 1 between 11 to 1 to 2 to 3. And it's
Super
just
fun.
nice to hear people talking about doing domaining and buying and what are you buying, what are you selling, how are you managing your domains, what landing pages are you using. The way X works or Twitter, you request to speak, and usually the host, like if we were doing that here tonight on X, they would kind of look at your profile and see if it looks like you could bring something to the table. Normally you'd want to follow and repost a room, and that kind of tells the host that, hey, I'm not just here to take and pitch
Yeah,
something. I'm here to give. and
etiquette.
so and so those would be the way to go.
I
And
think
then,
Anish is just hyped about domains too. If you ever are in a slump and you're like, "Oh, this is a stupid industry. Why did I get here?" I think Ish is hyped about
yeah,
domains.
and he's going to give it to you real. If you get up on cash or trash and you throw out a name, he's going to tell you cash or trash. But they're doing a lot of work on outbounding right now. They're doing a lot of work of covering the different landing page options.
Ooh,
Most domainers this week are at, shout out to the Internet Commerce Association.
oh,
They're having their weekly meeting this week in Vegas. I am not there, but hey to
I'm
everyone
also
who's
not there.
watching. The Internet Commerce Association was formed about 15 years ago, and they look out for the rights of domain owners against people who would either try to use the trademark laws to get your name when they don't have a right to it, or charge more for registration. So they kind of represent domainers, and they're having both a kind of a, it's not really a trade show. It really is just a gathering of like-minded domain investors that are part of the ICA. So there's my shout out to the ICA. Internetcommerce.org is the website, and maybe I'll see you there next year.
Yeah, no, we met up with a lot of people from there when we were in Vegas last
Yeah.
summer, and everyone was super nice and a bunch of very knowledgeable people as well.
Yeah, so today, Julie, the whole world changed.
How did the world
DeepSeek.
change?
Have you heard about DeepSeek?
No.
Okay, all right. So if you haven't heard of it, DeepSeek is a Chinese AI startup that came out today and said we can do everything ChatGPT can do with little tiny laptop computers. So you don't need to buy all these chips, and we don't need to buy all these power plants. And China can do it, and neener, neener.
Okay.
So Nvidia and the stock market was down 10%. Meme coins were down 20%.
Oh, wow.
Bitcoin's down 10%. Everyone
panicked.
But then you get to the panic, and then you say, what do I like to own? What do I like to buy? And it's funny because in these stocks and crypto, it gets marked to market right away. You know, if you own a meme coin or a crypto asset or a stock and someone wants to sell it, it's trading at $100 and someone wants to trade it at 90, they sell it for 90. And now it looks like everyone's stock is worth 90. You know what I mean? Even though nothing changed, So domains are different. We don't get the highs of instant liquidity. Oh, my domain went up in value at $100 today. My domain went up in value $200. Oh, look, I can look at my app and it shows me exactly what my domains are worth. Although that's coming from Freename, but we don't get the negatives. And then at the same point, on a day like today, you don't have the volatility.
Yeah.
But what was interesting about it was how something as popular as AI even can have bad days where all of a sudden it's not going to be everything. It's not going to be, whatever. So, but anyway, what I was doing before we met, Julie, you and I are working on a project to broker a domain name.
Yes.
And I thought this would be helpful for Freename TLD owners. If you're building up your social media game, you're building up your website, Freename, thank you to our sponsor, Freename, provides you a reseller page for your TLD. So if I have .v domains, people can go to my reseller page, which they built. That takes the money for the domains. They keep half, I get half. So that's like the checkout. But you want to do some marketing, and maybe you'll want to do that on your own page. Go ahead.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Freename's reseller page. Can you have the same page for multiple TLDs?
That's a good question.
I was just thinking about, because we are trying to broker a domain, and in doing so, we're trying to have our fashiondomains.com site up, and we're like, oh, we want to have a place for all of our domains to be like a gather.
I think that they are working on that. I know that they have an active VIP group, and I remember it was requested by someone in the VIP group.
I know one of the things I loved about Freename is they really like to listen to their customers on potential advancement.
But what you can always do is just create a landing page that says, welcome to Page House new TLDs. And then I can list, my different TLDs. But what I want to talk to you guys about is if you're a paid member of X, you can get this thing called Grok. So let me see if I can share this. And this is like a lot of the AI image generators. So I'll just use this one. But if you use other ones, that's great. So did that come through, Julie?
I got to get it up. Yep.
All right. So in this case, what I asked this picture generator is we're making a site for womensclothes.com, which is the domain name that we're brokering. And I'm really not that great at graphics, but I want to try to get my concepts across, even if I'm giving them to a designer. Does that make sense, Julie? That, you try to describe what you want to say. So one of the things I like about womensclothes.com or any domain name is it can be like its own online mall, right?
Right.
So what I said was to Grok, can you show a large mall directory sign and a map with women's clothing stores in the background? And this is important. Whenever you're putting domain names on stuff, you have to tell it and only the words womensclothes.com and only those words in a large title. And you'll see here how it doesn't really do good with letters and words. So if you look at like this picture, this is the one. This one paints a really good example of it. This one does. This is the one I kind of like the best. So it's women's clothes, but see how it spelled all these words wrong?
Yeah.
But at least to get the concept across, or if those were going to be so small that you wouldn't really, read them, but I'm getting the concept across, what I mean? And I think this is where you can do it. So say another thing that people have used is, let me think of a domain name I bought today. I bought a domain name. I bought Kylie.ws. Okay.
Solid name.
Yeah, so I think first names are great. They're the original digital identities. I love me some WS, and you can make it a Web3 domain with Domain Cost Club. So I'll say, can you show a billboard with the words and only the words Kylie.ws, and I'll put it in quotes, and no other words. And what do you think of when you think of Kylie, Julie?
Kylie Jenner.
Yeah, let's go a different. Just if I was going to have a billboard, what are some of the things you think of a Kylie?
I think of obviously girlhood, and like I think of like fun girlhood, streamers, pretty colors, the sun is shining, and there's bubbles everywhere.
There you go. So you can tell it that, or I'm going to go with.
Or Kylie Kelsey.
I can go with
What a
a
great
woman
Kylie.
on vacation and shopping in a luxury car. We'll see how it does with that. So if you were going to make a post to sell this domain name or something like that, it's kind of giving me 4 pretty good options. What do you think? You know what I mean? So you got a Kylie here with a shopping bag, looking pretty cool in a car.
I would
AI,
like
AI is funny because it creates a car with a seat here and a dashboard facing to the left, but that's okay. It gets the image across,
it
right?
gets the point. You know, because I see it on a smaller screen, I don't see that, so it's perfect. It's fine.
Yeah, and then this one looks pretty good, kind of
Yeah.
Kylie.ws, you know. Now, because the purpose of this would be to have your own domain name, I might also ask it like to make a piece of fine stationery, you know what I mean, with Kylie.ws, or I might ask it to make a business card, or even like a name badge, like if you were at like a mixer, you know what I mean? And it would say like, hi, I'm, reach me at Kylie.ws, or even like, what I'll probably do is like, you wear your hoodie with your company name on it or something like that, So imagine if you were Kylie.ws and you were an influencer and you just put that right in the front of your hoodie, right?
Yeah, I did get sold on fashiondomains.com with the thought of it on a t-shirt, so.
Yeah, so it's so for everyone out there, it's again, you can use different image creators. I know there's one with ChatGPT. This is Grok, Grok, and it's on your Twitter. And then they make it really easy to just post this message. I could just post it right away and then put, for sale, Kylie.ws.
Is there a way to schedule a post from that? Do you know?
Yeah, because you can just hit post and then it'll go to do the post.
Oh, and then it'll just let you schedule
and then you've got all your other options and stuff like that.
Cool.
So that is a way to make it look like you're a graphic artist, even if you're not. It has limitations, as we talked about, but it does give you, it does give you a thing. So maybe if I was,
well, we've been using it for, a lot of our work just to get, we have 30 different ideas on what a marketing concept could be for something. And this way it gets us somewhat of a visual so we can see if it's even close to as cool as we think it's going to be, kind of thing.
Yeah, like I did these ones, and I don't know if you can see it. I'll blow up my screen. But these were for womensclothes.com, and I had said to have just a woman walking on a fashion runway.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gives you some suggestions, like on a beach, on a yacht, and it asks, do you want it in a neon lit cityscape? So then all of a sudden you had womensclothes.com with, this AI agent kind of looking thing.
Well,
so
then one thing I've been doing with AI imaging is, because they don't do the words always the best, and you can't get a font that's, because some people are really consistent with their branding, with their font and their colors and everything, and AI doesn't always do the best. Because I've tried to get AI, I'm like, use these exact color codes, and it doesn't always do that. But what I have done is I've cut it out of the image, and then I have an app that it does really well at blending things together and pretending like putting 2 images together and overlaying them like that, and then I just do it like that. It's a lot easier than having to make the whole thing from scratch.
Well, it's pretty cool. So anyway, that's what I was doing before we started tonight. Was I think we're selling a name, we're selling a domain name, but I think that the name is awesome. But I think we logos became a real big thing the last 15 years in domaining, and now we're into pictures, and then it isn't hard then to go to a video generator and say, now I want to have a woman presenting a talk about womensclothes.com. You know what I mean? And go to the next level. And again, you're just reinforcing the image of the power of the domain name. So Domain Investor says grok3.org. Okay, there we go.
I don't know. I think it's important, when we talk about, because, we've talked about since the beginning how important it is to be outbounding and how domain investing has changed. We're not just trying to drop the price and sell something. Like, this is a great name. We're trying to get a great price for it. But to do that, we have to create some background work and really kind of, because in a world where everyone has a very short attention span, we have to do something to kind of keep that and make it memorable and make it worth it. And so I think, that's my opinion.
Yeah, so when I make, like if I did one for the summer, for summerdomains.summer, I might say I want to have a beach scene, and I want to have fun.summer, enjoy.summer on different billboards around it. And you're just trying to, we assume everyone else is going to get our vision of a domain name. And it's like the responsibility is on us to let them see and go, so you mean I own that word? I own that, and it's your asset, and it's your address.
Well, think about brandable names, which have been super, super popular in the past, 5 years. If I might see a brandable name, I know there are some really good CFDs that I saw and I immediately had a certain vision for, that some people just see and they see a word. There's a huge range of how people can visualize things. And some people, if I say an orange, they visualize a line drawing of an orange, and some people visualize an actual orange, and it's like all its detail. And it's on us to get that image across. Whereas because I'm a creative person, I see a word and I see an entire brand behind it that has a lot of fun things, very aesthetic, very cute. Someone else might just see a word. And that's kind of on us as domainers.
And we provide the credibility when you talk about a word. Like, say I showed you a list of words, showed you a list of domains, and you're like, okay, luxuryyachts.com. Well, that's good, luxury yachts. But then all of a sudden you see this picture of the 10 best luxury yachts in the world, one after each other, like in a video with music. And then all of a sudden it's like, luxury yachts, book your cruise right now, the adventure of a lifetime, luxuryyachts.com. And what you'll realize is a lot of times what we're selling people are ideas.
Yes.
They may have the resources, they may have more money to market, they may want to be in it, and we have a domain name, but more importantly, we have the obvious idea behind a good domain name.
We're sure without the work.
It's like you walk out and you just put the keys in and drive it, because now brandables are different. Obviously, if you're going to get zibbyzobby.com, then you have to try to make sure Zibby matches your branding and your identity and everything. But
we can still do the work for that as domainers. I mean, domain language in general. And I think I was talking to someone about this with crypto. So in so many different things that we rely on in society, they only mean something because we say so. My words only mean something because someone out there said that word means this. There is no actual law that states this must mean this. The universe doesn't know that. We say if a domain is good or not. How a domain is talked about is how it's good. And we have the ability as marketers to change that. In crypto only means something because we say it's valuable, because people use it as an identity, because people want it, because they use it for NFTs, because you can use it for online purchases. It only means something because we say so. People are like, oh, but that means it's fake. No, it actually doesn't. It means that we have power to change things and to work to change things. And it means everything can be valuable, especially if you have a great baseline, which we have with womensclothes.com.
Yeah, and words can take on different meanings. A lot of times I have to call you, Julie, and say, is this word positive or negative? And then it could have been positive. It could have been positive 5 years ago, and now it's negative. And there's other words that were so negative 5 years ago that now they're positive.
They're positive again. Yeah.
and you just
The
have
rules
to
of
know,
language
right?
has changed. Like
Yeah.
the rules, I'm off topic. The rules of curse words have changed. It used to be they're curse words. These are bad, not nice words. And now you have a lot of companies that use them because they're like, oh, we seem fun and like casual and rebellious. And I'm like, no, this is a curse word. Anyway, language is a great thing. That's what's fun about domains. It's language with an asset.
And new words can pop up. So I'll give everybody the new word of the week. Last week there was AI, and then of course there was DAI, and then this week it's Depin. I don't know if you say it Depin or Deepin, DEPIN. Depin or Dippin? Depin?
I don't know. You brought me on here as a certified Gen Z to know slang, and I've never heard of that.
So this is actually coming from the crypto community, and it's the idea that you're going to put real world things on the blockchain. So it's definitely an inside baseball type term. But I don't know, Julie, you got a word that's kind of trending out there in Gen Z land? You know, you got anything? I'm sure there's anything related to not wanting Mahomes to win another Super Bowl or something.
That's actually all I can think of right now. It's the refs are actually in Chiefs jerseys. And I don't know.
They'll have to come up with something. But anyway,
I can come up with a few words for the Chiefs right now, but that brings me back to the curse words are bad situation. So.
Gotcha. All right, Julie. Well, I want to get you off for your big show, The Bachelor. You're going to have to give us some extra time next week, Julie. You're going to have to give us, in fact, I'm going to give you some homework. I want 3 trendy Gen Z words that our audience may not know. Not that they should go out and buy a bunch of domains with them in there. Use your own wallet. This is not financial advice. But Julie, think you can come up with 3 Gen Z words that your dad...
Oh, wait, I might have some. Hang on. I got the wrong pen. Okay. They're not new words. Everyone already knows them, but they are going to be trendy. Okay?
Okay.
Galentine's. And
Galentine's. There we go. Okay.
Okay. That's one. I got one.
You got a short lifespan on it, but you still have 3 weeks for Galentine's.
Girls, girl. That's 2 words, but that's a term.
Gotcha.
Girls, girl. We've got. No, I think Riz has already run its turn.
How about Slay?
Okay, Slay's been. That's the thing about slang is as soon as it becomes accepted as slang, then it's outdated.
Yeah, but that's what the most leading people. If it fits, it's still got a shelf life in the middle, right?
Well,
like Slay would still be new to a lot of people. Me, it would be new to me.
Maybe
no, okay.
Other demographics that might be above the age.
It would be like so. But what are we talking? Are we talking like, oh, that's so 2023?
It's like 2016.
Okay, it's even earlier.
Riz, and then I feel like Riz might still be in its life form.
Gotcha.
But
can they resurrect themselves and like come back bigger?
Depends on what. I think at this point, okay, because we're seeing it in fashion, I think we've got to see it in words too. Trends are just because of social media and the internet. Trends are going a million miles an hour, and you literally cannot catch on before they're already gone and outdated. That they're cycling because trends have always cycled. You know, we saw in 2000s people dressed like the 70s. We're still seeing this, but we're already seeing people bring back clothing and trends from like 2015, 2016, like. So, because the trends are rising and falling.
Except for the one trend that will never come back. I've taught Julie this from her youngest years.
There's a chance that we were wrong about it.
No way.
Dolphin shorts?
Neon dolphin shorts for guys.
So there has already been a trend since I was in college. They're called chubbies. And they're 5-inch inseam. They're not super short, but they're quite short. And men wear them in like sky blue, salmon pink.
I didn't think those were the colors of the. What about preppy? Now I had a little preppy going on.
That's what it is. That's where the chubbies came from.
I had a little preppy going on in college where we had the double shirt. You had the alligator shirt underneath, and then the collared shirt on top of it. and then you had the penny loafers with an actual penny in them, which is now cost 3 cents to make, by the way.
I think there's a chance that already came back.
They already came back and then it went away again?
I don't know. I don't know what the frat bros are wearing nowadays, but
Right.
I know when I was in college, the frat boys wore the Sperry's with the chubbies and a t-shirt.
Gotcha. What about, I'm getting all into 80s music again. What about the big shoulder pads? You know, like the shirts and the jackets that are like way out to here and everything.
I want to say you found a trend that I don't see coming back, but right now, and you see this a lot with recessions, people can't afford to have both like a social wardrobe and a business wardrobe, so they're merging, and we're seeing a lot of like blazers are in style again. We saw it in 2008 as well.
Well, there's your fashion tip. All right, Julie. Two more besides Galentine.
I've got it on a Post-it note, and I promise I've just got to think about it.
All right. Good luck if you're at the ICA. Have fun. Wish I was there. Try to be there next year. I'll bring Julie. And have a great week, everybody.
Watch The Bachelor and nominate me next year. Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.